And welcome back to another episode of Bantz with Lawrencia. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing great. Today's episode is once again sponsored by DDBT's wigs. Now, this is a 10-inch wig styled like this. Now, let us know if you want this and we get you sorted. Now, let us dive into today's episode because it is a sad one. I mean, anybody on Nigerian social media will know that the case between Farida, house of Farida, and her husband or ex-husband Ademola, it has gotten out of hand. Now, a couple of months ago, Farida and Ademola had the most lavish, over 100 million naira wedding. It was the talk of the town. Every celebrity or Yoruba celebrity that you know was in attendance. Lavish ashrebi, lavish decor, lavish, like everything was over the top. The couple, they were happy, dancing, celebrating. Ademola was in high spirits. Farida, was also very happy to be married. According to the story, this is her third marriage and she was very happy that in her 50s, she has found somebody she's going to do life with, somebody she's going to grow old with. So it was a very happy celebration. Love was in the air. Now, people like the rest of us that don't know these people, we're just happy to watch Ashobi online, watch people celebrating love and all that. We're happy for them. Now, a couple of days ago, news started flittering social media that there was trouble in paradise and the wedding between Ademola and Farida has packed up, according to Gistlover. So people were like, no way. This wedding is barely 2 months old. How could they now be, how can it be over? Because these people literally sold that should be like everybody was there in attendance. Over 100 million naira in this Nigerian situation was spent on that wedding. So people were like, 2 months? Like, no. This cannot be possible. Until Farida herself started sharing videos online about accusing Ademola of cheating. She actually showed text messages because according to her, since they've gotten married, Ademola has not consummated their marriage. And according to her, one of the reasons why she got married was to have children. She has 3 adopted kids, but she wants her own biological kids. So according to her, she's been trying to get Ademola to do the do. Ademola is not doing the do. So according to her, Ademola has been claiming that he has erectile dysfunction. So she's been buying, according to her, she spent over 800,000 naira buying herbal remedy for this man to get it up and get her pregnant. But that was not happening. Ademola now, according to her, accused her of trying to control him. He said that there's nothing wrong with him. He's been sleeping with other people even in the marriage, and he does not have any erectile dysfunction. That is just because he's not physically attracted to her, and that her body looks like an 80-year-old woman's body, and he is not like that she's too fat, this that. I mean, this is a 2-month-old marriage. I don't understand. You saw her when you got married to her. She was, you said you're fat. So I don't get it when, because she actually showed the messages that he sent her. She screenshot and shared these messages online. So it wasn't as if she was making things up. So later, news started coming out that one of the reasons why the marriage didn't work was because Farida dated Ademola in the past and then they broke up. Now, she became best friends with Larissa, according to the story. Now, Larissa dated Ademola. They broke up. Now, Ademola now went to prison for 3 years for fraud. See, for fraud. And then when she came out, she accommodated Ademola and gave him house, sent him 7 million naira to start up whatever, just to get his life. And he actually moved in with her. So everything was quick. And then they got married. So now the relationship between Larissa and Farida actually fractured because these are two best friends who at some point dated Ademola, but now Farida is now getting married to Ademola. So that was how so there was a situation with that, which Larissa was coming online to call out Farida. Farida was calling out Larissa, and this man in between, these women in their 50s. Women, we are not talking about Gen Zs, we are talking about women in their 50s fighting over a man. So Ademola, when they were fighting over Ademola, he was busy, knocking other people out. Having girlfriends, went back to the girl he used to date before Larissa, and whatever, like it was a messy situation. Now Ademola is saying that he does not want the marriage again after 2 months, so that Farida forced him to get married to her. Farida, he wanted just a small wedding. Farida blew the whole thing, and Farida borrowed money to do 100 million naira wedding. Farida went and borrowed money to throw a lavish wedding to pepper people. Now, after the marriage ended and all these things was coming out, Farida calling him that he could not even perform, sharing all those things online, it was just messy. People taking sides. The Yoruba internet was divided because we had a group of people supporting Ademola and another group supporting Farida, and there's people in the middle who were the Larissa people that were thinking, okay, these two people should just fight and give us content. So it became very messy online, and before you could say Jack, Farida drove her car to First Mainland Bridge, wanted to jump in. Before then, she released a video apologizing to everybody, apologizing to Larissa, apologizing to Ademola, that everybody should forgive her, that she has forgiven them, blah, blah, blah. So 24 hours later, she was on the Lagos Mainland Bridge to jump into the lagoon, basically to commit suicide, until passers-by just saw her, held her back, and we are now here talking about it. This story is very complicated because, you tell women to, be their own self, be successful before getting into marriage. Now, this woman is an embodiment of all these things. Yes, she's been married 2 times before Ademola, but this is a successful woman, successful businesswoman who is successful in her own right. And then I think society, there are some functions, according to people, that she was not invited to because she's single, or there are functions that even though she has 3 children, adopted children, Nigerians don't regard them as her children, because as long as you don't birth those children, they are not your children. So she was excluded in some of the functions. So now Farida wants to get married to be included in the married people function, and Farida wants to have children to be included in the biological mother group. So you look at all these things and then you wonder, is it societal pressure? I mean, marriage is a beautiful thing. Marriage is something that having a companion, not just marriage, because what I see, I've done, marriage, or I live in diaspora, I live in the UK, I've done content, wedding or a house, which would you choose? And you'll be amazed at a lot of people choosing lavish wedding. That money that they're going to use to buy a house, they'll rather use it for a wedding, just to show people that, and it's so sad, because a lot of people plan for wedding and they don't think about the marriage. Now, in the case of Farida, according to sources, even before the wedding, they had issues. The man threatened to not show up at the wedding day. She took people to beg him, and after the begging, he told her to kill a ram, and that was how he was able to now show up at the wedding. You could already see that it is the event that is the most important. People will not cancel a wedding when they clearly see that, okay, there is a problem. And most times it's even more healthier to break off an engagement or disengage from a wedding just to fix an issue. Then after you have fixed that, no matter how long it's going to take you, once you fix that issue, you now have an agreement and understanding with that person, then the marriage can go ahead, or then the wedding can go ahead, because it is not that wedding, it is the marriage. But a lot of people don't understand these things. They just want to do the wedding and then think about the marriage later. Nobody wants to sit down and say, okay, is this the right person for me? Is this the person that I see myself with in the next 10 years? Does our ideology align? Do we think? You must not even think alike, but you have to have a how do I put it? A common goal, a common understanding. A whole lot of people don't even think about any of these things. They just want to get that wedding sorted, invite people, let everybody know that they can afford big weddings. It is sad. And when this 2 months, barely 2 months after a lavish over 100 million naira wedding was conducted, they are both on social media, washing their dirty linen in public, exposing themselves. This one calling this one fat, looking like a 90-year-old. This one saying that this one does not have erection. These are everything you saw before you got married to this person, before you had that lavish wedding. And a lot of people say they're giving credit to Ademola based on the fact that he said he didn't want a big wedding. But Farida, being the societal socialite that she is, she wanted something that everybody can celebrate with her, and that was how she now went into debt to conduct this wedding that is already over. Now she's paying debts that even the man she does not have, even peace of mind, to the point that she wanted to kill herself. It is not about wedding. Think about the marriage. Think about the days after that wedding. Wedding is just one day. You can plan it 10 years. But once you have that day is over. You now have to face the reality of living with the person that you're actually married to. You now have to do marriage with that person. Would you be happy with that person in the next 10 years? Would you be happy with everything that that person is doing in the next? See, don't just see. Maybe I think different. I don't know. I'm just a different breed. Because this is something that would affect you physically, emotionally, financially, psychologically, socially. This is one person that is going to be in your life for the rest of your life. And people don't even put things into consideration before jumping into, marriage. But everybody with their own. Some people will tell you, I'd rather have done it than never have done it. Some people will tell you, it's better for me to experience it than not experience it. So everybody choose whatever you want to choose. Life is a choice. Make your choice. Be happy with your choice. And if you realize that you've made the wrong decision, don't go and try to kill yourself like Farida. Farida wanted to take her life knowing that she has 3 adopted children, that who would they go to? Who would they have gone to after she has passed on? So please, it is not about wedding. It is the marriage after the wedding that people need to actually focus on. Think about that. Make sure that this person that you're saying I do to, this person you're planning 100 million naira wedding, with, that person is somebody that, regardless, in the next 10 years, you can wake up beside that person. Even if you're going to have issues, but are you happy? Would you be happy to wake up with this person or beside this person for the next 10 years? If you are not happy, if you will not be happy with that picture, do parlor wedding. So that when it happen, hey, you just carry your bag and vamoose. You will not be thinking of 100 million that you borrowed. You will not be, Lagos mainland bridge will not be calling you. Anyway, this is not a laughing matter. This is a very serious issue that is going on. People should protect their mental health. I cannot overemphasize on that. Your mental health is very, 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 very important. Protect your mental health. Don't let anything get into that space. Don't let anything that would disrupt that balance get into it. Protect it, protect it, protect it. And if you just want wedding, get your wedding, but make sure that you have shock absorbers that will when things happen, it will absorb that shock and will not take you to over the edge or overboard. So that is all I have to say for today. When you're planning a wedding, also plan for the marriage. That is it. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. Please like and share. Thank you very much. Bye bye.